Hey, what's up? This video is all about creating content around you instead of your company. What's up everyone, Chris Hughes here, and in this video I'm going to talk about the importance of actually creating videos for you rather than just about a specific company. And this is for you if you are involved in like network marketing, MLM, direct sales, whatever you want to consider it and call it. And the reason for this video is I see a lot of people making videos specifically about their products. Let's say that you joined a new MLM and you're like super excited about it, you're thrilled about the new opportunity you have, it's the first one you've gotten into, and immediately they tell you to write down your list of 100 people and tell them about the product, right? So you think, what if I just, shot videos about this and told people about the product that way? Well, that's awesome that you're actually thinking about doing that, so I commend you on that. But there is a better way to do this, and this might be a little frustrating for you to hear right now, but it's something that's going to live a little bit longer than just a product specific video. So let's actually talk about this and kind of get into why I personally feel this way and why this is something that I actually went through years ago when I started doing network marketing stuff. I don't do that anymore, but what happened was I created videos specifically about a company, and what happened, I stopped working with the company and the video is no longer an asset for me. It's something that sends people to dead links, to things that I'm not a part of anymore, so I don't make commissions on anymore. So what would have been a better use of my time is creating useful things that were kind of like piggybacked around the idea of the companies that I was working with, and then made it so it wasn't specifically about a product or specifically about a certain company. And what does this actually look like? Well, in its simplest form, if you're selling like a health-related product, you can create videos around health-related stuff, like walking, running, push-up routines, pull-up routines, things that are going to be valuable beyond just a certain product being a hot thing at the time. And this is kind of like a forward-thinking thing that might not resonate with you right now because you're super jacked up on the products and you're loving the results that you're getting and you want to share that. So what do you do then? Like, do you just not talk about the product at all? Well, you can still talk about the product, but instead of making the entire focus of the video about the product or the company, I want you to give something away like that's useful for someone, whether or not they choose to purchase that product through your link. And what happens is if the company ever changes like their commission structure, or they change how they pay affiliates or reps, whatever they want to call the people selling the stuff for them, you'll still have that asset later on. So let's say that you have like a powdered drink or something, and I've sold a lot of like powdered drinks through different networks, different offers, stuff like that. So this is something that I've personally gone through. So instead of talking about a specific drink, mixture, vitamin, whatever it happens to be, you can talk about just healthy habits, things that anyone could take from watching the video and they could incorporate it into their life, so that way they start to live like a healthier life. And what happens when you're doing this kind of stuff is you're not like the pushy salesperson. You're someone who's just providing value. You're kind of giving people useful stuff whether or not they purchase something. And what you can do is inside of the video, you can say, hey, I've been using this new product that I really like, and I don't want to just spit out all the information about it in a video here. I want to share it only with the people who are actually interested in that. So I'm going to link it up down below, and it'll take you over to a little resource that talks about the product. So you see what I just did there? Instead of saying, product A is incredible, you need to buy it, I'm saying, hey, I'm testing out a new product that's working well for me. If you want to learn more about it, click the link that's down below in the description. And what you'll do is you can substitute that link. So if you leave a company or pages die, like certain links on the internet don't work anymore, you can substitute those. It won't always lead to something that won't be monetizable for you long term. And for those of you who are actually interested in building up like a real online business and stuff, doing this allows you to build up an email list, which will be people who are actually following you for you and the stuff, like the value that you're giving them. So what you're doing is you're building up goodwill among your audience. You're also building up an audience. And what happens is anytime you have an audience of people who actually like your stuff, you can substitute products into that. You can substitute services into that. And people who really like you and know you, like you, and trust you will take those recommendations and they'll want to use those, right? So think about that for just a second. So the next time you get all excited about your product or service or whatever it is that you're selling at the time, kind of take a step back and think about something that you could create that'll live on whether or not you attach that specific product to it. So you could do like a 7-day challenge, you could do a 21-day challenge, you could do something to bring people over into your world, like into your network. So that way you're consistently putting out content in front of them around the subject of your product. And guess what? When you're talking about a certain thing, like if you're talking about health related things, people are always going to want those shortcuts. So that means once you have them into your world, and maybe you have like a private Facebook group for a challenge you're running, or maybe you have an email list that you've been building up, or like broadcast list, what you can do is then you can recommend the products to the people at that time. Like say you have 1,000 people who are on your email list. And then like you get a new product. Guess what? You can shoot a video and say, hey guys, I have a new product I want to share with you. And you can do this one time. You can say, hey guys, I have a product that I want to share with you. We just got some in stock, and click the link down below to get it. And you can write that out in your email to send out to automate and like follow up with people automatically. And what happens is you can use that template over and over again. So every time a new product gets released, you can send out this information to this list of people who actually like you for what you're doing, which is delivering value to them. And it's not just constantly like pitching stuff. So the next time you go to create content, kind of think about what are the topics around that you could touch on. A lot of the times you can come up with 10 frequently asked questions that people might have, and then create videos around those. For fitness stuff, like a lot of the time you could do something as simple as talking about a basic fitness challenge, like drinking a certain amount of water every day, or cutting down calories, like 100 calories a day, or walking, or doing 10 push-ups a day or 100 push-ups a day. And doing this kind of stuff is valuable for anyone at any time, whether or not they buy. Right? Does that make sense to you? So creating that kind of content, creating that kind of like video in this instance is the easiest. Doing this allows people to see you because you're on camera, like you're getting to see the real person, and it's not just hidden behind some computer and stuff. And they're learning to like you, they're learning to trust you, and then as you develop the relationship, you can recommend products to people. You can recommend the things that'll be beneficial to help them, once they inevitably hit that plateau. Like, say you've started drinking water. Okay, what's next? Like, there's the little additions, the little things that build on top of one another in order to get you to the result you're going after. So by doing this and kind of phrasing it this way, where it's not product specific, this kind of content will last forever. Useful, helpful trainings, tutorials, stuff like that is going to live on way beyond any type of product, because products can change. They can change the name of it, they can change what's like the inside stuff, the flavor of it, they could add sugar to it, they could take sugar out of it. All of these things can vary, and once that happens, your video no longer is relevant and the content you've created is no longer relevant. However, if you want the other approach where it's creating stuff that'll last, that same piece of content that you created, because you're spending time to do this and that's the only resource we can't get back, you're spending this time on something that can be used over and over again, and it's always going to be helpful. So I hope this is something that's getting some ideas triggered in your mind, so that way you can start creating stuff that's going to live on, things that are going to be evergreen, content that will always be of value to your audience. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, there will be a link to click to subscribe down below. If you haven't followed my page, click like. That way you'll get more updates on stuff. And if you have questions or comments, please do not hesitate to ask. That's what the comment section is for. It allows us to kind of interact back and forth instead of just me talking to a camera. And also I'm gonna link up a opportunity to a 21-day video challenge. This is something that I kind of teach people how to go through the idea, like the concept of creating these videos to use for your business. So that way you kind of are held by the hands, you know what to create and how to create it. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to join the challenge, click the link down below and it'll take you over to whatever page it is that'll teach you this stuff. And that way you can go through it at your own pace. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.